You know, it's pretty incredible when you think about it. A single oyster, just one, can filter up to 50 gallons of water a day. Yep, you heard that right. Today, we are diving deep into the world of shellfish farming. And trust me, it's about so much more than just food. It's about actively helping to restore the health of our oceans.
So have you ever thought about being a farmer, but instead of acres of land, your farm is the ocean itself? It might sound like a dream, but it's a reality for a lot of people, and it's probably way more achievable than you think.
So what does it actually take to become a sea farmer? Well, that's what we're here for. Let's break down the whole process from the very first ideas and plans all the way to that final, delicious harvest.
Okay, first things first. Let's get on the same page about what shellfish farming actually is. It's a practice that's been around for a long time, but it has a super exciting future ahead of it. Essentially, we're talking about cultivating what I like to call the big four of the shellfish world. You've got your complex, brawny oysters, your classic, versatile clams, the super fast-growing mussels, and of course, those delicate, sweet scallops. Each one is totally unique and needs its own special approach from the farmer. All right, just like you wouldn't build a house without a blueprint, you can't start a shellfish farm without a solid plan. Seriously, this planning phase is everything. The choices you make right now are absolutely critical for your success down the line.
And this is the first big question. It's the cornerstone of your whole operation. The type of shellfish you decide to grow is going to shape every other decision you make, from where you set up shop to the gear you'll need.
And you've got some really different options. Just look at the growth times. Mussels are kind of like the sprinters here. They're often ready to go in about a year. Oysters, on the other hand, they're more like marathon runners, taking up to 2 years to mature. Ultimately, your local environment is going to be your guide. Got sandy bottoms? Perfect for clams. Deeper waters? Maybe you're a scallop farmer.
So, you've picked your star player. Now it's time to figure out the playing field. There are 2 main ways to go about farming shellfish, and each one has its own playbook, its own pros and cons.
So think about it like this. You could go with bottom culture, which is basically like a natural, bustling underwater city where the shellfish grow right on the ocean floor. Or you could try off-bottom culture. Picture a high-rise apartment building for shellfish, where they're up in bags or racks, safe from predators and getting a steady flow of nutrients. They often grow faster this way, too.
You know the old saying, location, location, location? Well, it's the golden rule of shellfish farming. Clean water is an absolute must. No compromises. The right temperature and a good, steady tidal flow bringing in food, that's the secret sauce. And of course, you've got to work through all the local and federal permits before you can even dip a toe in the water.
Okay, you've got your plan, you've picked your shellfish, you've found your spot. Now it's time to actually bring your farm to life. And it all starts with something really small, but incredibly important.
See, you don't start with full-grown shellfish. You start with these tiny little guys called seed. They are literally the future of your entire harvest, the foundation of your business. So as you can imagine, their quality is everything. Getting your seed from a certified hatchery? Yeah, that's non-negotiable. Think of it as your insurance policy. It guarantees you're starting with healthy, disease-free stock. You can even get specific, choosing seed that's known for faster growth to help you time your harvest for when the market's hot. So you've planted the seed, but that's just the beginning. Now comes the long game, the patient process of taking care of your underwater garden until it's ready. This is where the real day-to-day work of a farmer kicks in. Your daily routine is going to make you feel like a doctor, a chef, and a bodyguard all at once. You're constantly monitoring the water quality. That's their vital signs. You're making sure that tides are bringing them plenty of food, and you're always on the lookout for predators like crabs and sea stars.
After months, sometimes years of all that hard work and careful attention, the moment finally arrives. It is time to reap the rewards, to harvest your crop and share it with the world. This is the payoff.
You can kind of think of it like aging wine. Mussels are ready to go in about a year, quick and delicious. But oysters and scallops, they're your vintage bottles. They need a bit more time, about 18 to 24 months, to reach their peak perfection. But getting them out of the water is only half the job. Now, you've got to get your amazing product to people who want to eat it. And you've got a few different ways you can do that. You could sell directly to people at a farmer's market, or even online. That's where you'll make the highest profit. Or you could build relationships with local restaurants and shops for more steady, reliable sales. And if you've got a big operation, selling to wholesalers is a great way to move a lot of product fast. So, we've talked about the how-to. the nuts and bolts of shellfish farming. But what about the why? What's the bigger picture here? Why is this so important? Not just for us, but for the planet.
Well, these little creatures are basically nature's water filters. Remember that oyster filtering 50 gallons a day? As they do that, they're cleaning the water, removing pollutants, and just making the whole ecosystem healthier for every other plant and animal out there. It's a farm that actually gives back more than it takes.
So, yeah, the next time you're enjoying an oyster, take a second to think about it. You're not just having a meal. You're supporting an industry that is actively helping to heal our oceans, one shell at a time. And that is something pretty amazing to be a part of.
Want to raise healthy, profitable shellfish without beginner mistakes? Get How to Raise Shellfish by Gerard, your step-by-step guide to successful shellfish farming. Link below.